I'm Dr. Michael Okoti. I work for Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization as a Chief Research Scientist. I'm also the Center Director of the National Agricultural Research Laboratories based at Calro, Kabete. We are also part of the Kenya Landscape Actors Platform as Calro, and also through the project of the Desira Land, Soil and Crop Formation Hub. The platform basically addresses issues around landscape restoration and maintenance of landscape integrity. The platform came about because of the multiplicity of stakeholders that are working on the various landscapes in Kenya, be it forest ecosystems, agricultural lands, the riverine ecosystems, the lakes, and also the rangelands. This multiplicity of stakeholders, we thought the best way to bring our thoughts together is to have one common platform where we can meet and discuss issues concerning what we can advance or what we can put forward as strategies to make sure that our landscape are more productive. And the whole platform started, like, let me say, 5 years ago with a good idea. And the idea has been worked on from various organizations, the CGRs, national organizations, but also regionally through the Asareka platform. Right now, the meeting we're having today is the first of its sort meeting. We have brought together different stakeholders from the various landscape nationally and also regionally. We have delegates from Ethiopia, delegates from Tanzania, delegates also from Uganda, who have come to share the experiences in terms of landscape management. Remember, the reason why we are focusing on landscape is because all our livelihoods come from these various landscapes. And our thinking and our philosophy is, if we maintain the integrity of our landscape, then we are bound to get more profits coming to us as humanity. If we mess our landscape, then we have lost everything that we can hold on to as humanity. This interconnection between the various landscapes also makes it very critical for all the stakeholders to talk to each other. Remember, for example, what we do in the agriculture sector, the agricultural landscapes, affects the aquatic landscapes. And I'll give you an example. If we have a lot of soil erosion in the Mount Kenya region, a lot of sediments carried down to the ocean. And that affects the fishing industry in the ocean because of water turbidity and also because of the nutrient sediment in the water. So we want to see that each and every landscape is well managed for the sake of the other landscape. That interconnectedness needs to be maintained. Number two, as an economy, we get a lot of benefits from these landscapes. For example, tourism alone gives around $2.7 billion per year. Just by us visiting the various landscapes, the arid lands, the national parks, those landscapes, if they're not maintained, we lose that income. Agriculture gives around $4.7 to $5 billion per year. If we don't maintain our soils, don't maintain our land very well, we lose that income. So we don't want to mitigate against the degradation of ecosystem because of the benefits we accrue as a nation. To build our nation, we must focus on landscape. To focus on our landscape, we have to come together as different stakeholders because we have different strengths, we have different capacities, we have different strategies on the same landscapes. And all the landscapes are also interconnected. There are various challenges that push our landscape to be graded. And these challenges, some of them are beyond our control, let me say for the now, because, for example, climate change risks is a challenge that has been building over the years. When we have droughts and when we have floods, they affect the same challenges. Some of them are beyond our control in the now time scale. But also have challenges in terms of unsustainable land use practices, where we, for example, me as so-and-so, we as a community, we go there, cut our forests, or we don't sustainably manage our soils, losing our soil fertility. Those bad practices on our landscape affect the integrity of our landscape. Number two, landscape restoration is very expensive. And it's easier for you to lose your landscape in terms of integrity, but it's very expensive for you to restore the same landscape. So if you don't have enough resources in terms of financial resources and human capital, it becomes very difficult for you to restore your landscape. Another challenge is the issue around policy and legal frameworks. Remember, I said the landscapes are interconnected. And most of our policies are also sectoral. Agricultural policies, there are policies around the blue economy, policies around the land itself, policies around the environment. I think they need to reach to each other. This segmented kind of policy sometimes cause conflict, and the drive for solution becomes a challenge sometimes. The other problem that I can foresee in terms of landscape restoration or maintaining landscape integrity, to me, is population increase. We have increased very much as a country in terms of population, and you can see the increase, the pressure points and very specific areas. And these specific areas are where I can term as a high potential cropping lands and also high potential rangelands. And some of them are a bit more vulnerable, where now we see a lot of degradation in these various hotspots. It might be difficult for us to quantify the real losses, but mirror this. If we get 5.2 billion from agriculture because of good landscapes, degrading that landscape, you might forgo that for 5.2 billion. So in terms of loss, it might be more than what we get, because even what you get is not the optimal amount of money you need to get from those landscapes. I can't give a figure per se, but it can mirror it. If you are getting so much from that landscape, if you don't sustain it very well, you are losing the same amount of money and even more.
My name is Marion Nganga. I work for Rainforest Alliance as the country director in charge of Kenya and Tanzania. As you may know, Rainforest Alliance is an international non-governmental organization that works at the intersection of agriculture and forestry to make responsible business the new normal. We do so through certification program. We do have a standard that we call Sustainable Agriculture Standard, and also through implementation of landscapes and communities projects and programs. Through the certification program, we look at the socio-economic and environmental aspects that revolve production of agricultural commodities that are grown in the south, but mainly consumed in the global north. And on the landscapes and communities projects and programs, as members of 1,000 landscapes for 1 billion people, we do implement our programs through integrated landscape management approach. What does this mean? We are breaking the silos and going beyond our certified tea and coffee producers and including everybody else that is within the respective landscapes where we have certified farmers. We are also thought leaders on matters to do with regenerative and climate smart agriculture, because it's only through regeneration that we can save the remaining of the tropical forest in the world where major agricultural commodities are produced, but also we can recreate value and enhance gender equality and inclusion of marginalized groups. Today, I'm grateful and very proud to be participating in this conference, which is looking at collaborative innovation and knowledge sharing. Since Rainforest Alliance is a founding member of the Kenya National Landscape Actors Platform, and we are really keen to learn from others, but to bring everybody in to ensure that together we can achieve sustainable development goals through conservation of our respective landscapes. The governments have put in place policies and strategies related to conserving our environment. However, much remains to be done, because the transition and to achieve true transformation requires collaboration and integrated finance. So while the government intention is to halt biodiversity loss, to increase tree cover, this requires finances, it requires knowledge and capacity building, which is what development actors like ourselves are doing. Our work on landscapes and communities projects and programs in Kenya revolve around one of our key thriving landscapes. This is Mount Kenya Thriving Landscape. And in this particular landscape where we are implementing integrated landscape management approach, we have 4 pathways on landscape finance, landscape governance, landscape restoration, and landscape resilience. On landscape finance, we realize that no single entity can harness the resources that are required to transform a landscape, Therefore, we are collaborating with different actors from county and national governments, donor organization, the private sector, towards mobilizing integrated finance through the Landscape Management Board that is required to support the farmers and forest communities to transition to net positive.